Welcome to TopWise. Today we are going to talk about the power of self-talk and how it can transform your life. Self-talk is something that we all engage in, whether we realize it or not. It is the inner voice that guides our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. The way we talk to ourselves can have a profound impact on our mental health, well-being, and overall success in life. Studies have shown that negative self-talk can contribute to anxiety, depression, and low self-esteem, while positive self-talk can promote confidence, resilience, and a more optimistic outlook on life. By becoming more aware of our inner dialogue and making intentional efforts to change it, we can improve our mental health, relationships, and overall quality of life. So, whether you are looking to overcome self-doubt, build greater self-confidence, or simply improve your mental well-being, join us as we explore the power of self-talk and the practical strategies you can use to harness its power and transform your life. But first, if you are new to this channel, I really appreciate it if you subscribe to help us produce educational content. Now, let's get started. This case study is about Jack, a 30-year-old man. Jack's depression and anxiety have affected many aspects of his life, from his work performance to his relationships. He often feels unmotivated and lacks the energy to pursue his hobbies or engage in social activities. He frequently experiences negative thoughts and self-doubt, which further exacerbate his symptoms. Despite his efforts to overcome his mental health challenges, he feels like he is stuck in a cycle of despair and hopelessness. He is beginning to lose faith that anything can help him feel better. However, with the support of a counselor and by learning about the power of self-talk, Jack is starting to see a glimmer of hope that he can take control of his thoughts and emotions and regain a sense of agency in his life. Through counseling, Jack learns that the way he talks to himself has a significant impact on his mood and behavior. He realizes that his negative self-talk is a vicious cycle that reinforces his negative feelings and beliefs about himself. He starts to pay closer attention to his inner dialogue and notices that he frequently engages in negative self-talk, such as, "I'm a failure," "I can't do anything right," and "no one likes me." The first example of negative self-talk, "I'm a failure," has a significant impact on our mental health and well-being. This type of self-talk is characterized by thoughts or beliefs that are critical, pessimistic, or self-deprecating. In the case of "I'm a failure," it reflects a belief that one's self-worth is tied to their success or achievement, and that any setback or failure represents a personal flaw. This type of negative self-talk can contribute to feelings of depression, anxiety, and low self-esteem. It can lead individuals to give up on their goals and aspirations and to feel powerless and defeated. Additionally, it can make it difficult for individuals to see their own strengths and accomplishments and to feel confident and self-assured. To challenge this type of negative self-talk, individuals can try reframing their thoughts in a more positive and realistic way. For example, instead of saying, "I'm a failure," one could reframe it as, "I experienced a setback, but that doesn't define me as a person. I can learn from this experience and try again." This type of positive and realistic self-talk can help individuals to develop greater resilience and confidence, and to maintain a more balanced perspective on their achievements and setbacks. The second example of negative self-talk, "I can't do anything right," have a significant impact on our mental health and well-being. This type of self-talk is characterized by thoughts or beliefs that are decisive, doubtful, or self-critical. In the case of "I can't do anything right," it reflects a belief that one's abilities and skills are deficient and that they are incapable of succeeding. This type of negative self-talk can contribute to feelings of helplessness, hopelessness, and low self-esteem. It can make individuals feel like they are not good enough or that they will never be able to achieve their goals. It can also make it difficult for individuals to see their own strengths and accomplishments and to feel confident and self-assured. To challenge this type of negative self-talk, individuals can try reframing their thoughts in a more positive and realistic way. For example, instead of saying, "I can't do anything right," one could reframe it as, I may have made a mistake, but that doesn't mean I am a failure. I can learn from my mistakes and try again. This type of positive and realistic self-talk can help individuals to develop greater resilience and confidence and to maintain a more balanced perspective on their abilities and achievements. The third negative self-talk, "No one likes me," has a significant impact on our mental health and well-being. This type of self-talk is characterized by thoughts or beliefs that are critical, negative, or overly modest. In the case of "no one likes me," it reflects a belief that one is unlikable and that they are not valued by others. This type of negative self-talk can contribute to feelings of isolation, segregation, and low self-confidence. It can make individuals feel like they are not good enough or that they do not have meaningful connections with others. Additionally, it can make it difficult for individuals to form new relationships or maintain existing ones, as they may be hesitant to put themselves out there or to trust others. To challenge this type of negative self-talk, individuals can try reframing their thoughts in a more positive and realistic way. For example, instead of saying "no one likes me," one could reframe it as "I may be feeling alone right now, but that doesn't mean I am unlikable or that I will never have meaningful connections with others. I can reach out to others and take steps to build relationships." This type of positive and realistic self-talk can help individuals to develop greater resilience and confidence and to maintain a more balanced perspective on their relationships with others. As Jack begins to challenge these negative thoughts, he realizes that they are often based on distorted or unrealistic beliefs about himself and his abilities. With the guidance of his counselor, he learns to identify these negative patterns of thinking and replace them with more positive and realistic self-talk. He starts to practice affirmations such as "I am capable," "I am worthy," and "I am loved" to counteract his negative self-talk. Through this process, Jack begins to see that he can change the way he thinks and feels about himself. He starts to feel more confident and hopeful about the future, and his depression and anxiety symptoms begin to lessen. Jack also learns to practice self-compassion. Instead of beating himself up for making mistakes, he learns to treat himself with kindness and understanding. He reminds himself that everyone makes mistakes and that his worth is not determined by his achievements. Jack learns to be more forgiving and understanding of himself, recognizing that he is human and deserving of love and acceptance, regardless of his flaws and shortcomings. He begins to give himself permission to make mistakes and to learn from them, rather than expecting perfection from himself all the time. By practicing self-compassion, Jack can reduce his feelings of shame and self-criticism, which are common in people with depression and anxiety. He can cultivate a more positive and accepting attitude towards himself, which in turn helps him to feel more confident and self-assured. Over time, Jack finds that his self-compassion practice helps him to develop greater resilience and emotional well-being, which allows him to cope more effectively with life's challenges. As Jack continues to work on his self-talk, he notices a significant improvement in his mood and behavior. He feels more confident, optimistic, and resilient. He is better able to cope with life's challenges and is more satisfied with his life overall. Jack's newfound ability to challenge his negative self-talk has allowed him to break free from the cycle of self-doubt and self-criticism that once held him back. He is able to recognize his strengths and accomplishments and to see himself in a more positive light. As a result of these changes, Jack is more satisfied with his life overall. He can enjoy his hobbies and interests and to build stronger relationships with his friends and family. He feels more connected to others and more fulfilled in his daily life. While Jack still faces challenges from time to time, he now has the tools and skills he needs to cope with them effectively. Through his work on his self-talk and self-compassion, Jack has developed a greater sense of agency and control over his thoughts and emotions, which has allowed him to live a happier, more fulfilling life. The case study of Jack demonstrates how crucial self-talk is to our emotional and mental well-being. Negative self-talk can contribute to depression, anxiety, and low self-esteem, while positive and realistic self-talk can promote a sense of confidence and resilience. It is important to become aware of our inner dialogue and the impact it has on our emotional state. Negative self-talk can distort our perception of reality and reinforce unhealthy patterns of thought and behavior. However, by making intentional efforts to change our self-talk, we can improve our mental health and live more fulfilling lives. Practicing self-compassion, challenging negative self-talk, and cultivating positive and realistic self-talk are all important tools for improving our emotional well-being. By recognizing and challenging negative self-talk, we can develop a more positive and compassionate attitude toward ourselves, which can improve our overall mental health and well-being. In conclusion, this case study highlights the importance of self-talk in our emotional and mental well-being. By paying attention to our inner dialogue and making intentional efforts to change it, we can improve our mental health and live more fulfilling lives. What are your thoughts about this case study? Please leave your comment below. Subscribe, like, and share this video to help other people who are suffering from negative self-talk.